Morning, everyone. This is just a short, I guess, update video. I do these once in a while, just to let you guys know when I'll be gaming next, what's the plan for the rest of the year, stuff like that. So we're almost halfway through the year. ITC is over, Captacon's over. Those have gone well for me, so I'm happy about that. Coming up, I believe the next 4 months, I have a big tournament every month, or fairly big tournament every month. So in June, I'll be going to the Capital City Meltdown. That's run by Travis Wayforth of Max Value Podcast. That's in Maryland. I believe it's going to be about 32 people, 2-day event. There might still be spots, so look into it. Going to be a lot of top players there. I mean, a lot of highly ranked, best people on the East Coast. It'll probably be one of the hardest rooms, despite being only 30 people. You got at least, and the thing is about smaller tournaments like that, compared to like 60-man, events sometimes, is you will face the good players starting like round 2 or 3, as opposed to maybe getting lucky in round 4. So, that's what makes it really hard, is the concentration of good players is so big that it starts really early. I think there's several of the 2 ITC teams coming. Travis is obviously running it, so can't play in it. But there's me, Larry's there, Weekland, Arash, and a bunch of other ones, friends and all, people who run on the ITC team. So that will be fun. I did win that one last year, so I'm going back to defend my title. After that, in July, is Ultimate Team Showdown, 4-man team event run by Josh Henkin up in Boston. 10 teams already signed up for that, which is nice, 40 people. I'm hoping to get a couple more. I believe a team from Poland is actually going to come. The team we played 4th round in ITC, I believe, are trying to come over and play in our tournament. I really highly suggest that to people. I can put the links to these tournaments in the description. If you can form a team, Midwest, West Coast, do it. It's probably the best tournament of the year. Most fun. Team events are always fun. And as a group of friends this year, we decided to do a draft. So 3 of the top players drafted their team. So my team, so it's not just the 4 best guys on one team and then the next 4. So they're actually a fairly equal team, though mine might be the weakest of them. I picked 3 guys who like to get drunk, so making them play the game is going to be the hardest part for me. But it'll be fun. It's a great event. I love it. So I got that coming up in July. August, I just signed up for Gen Con, so hopefully that all goes well. I still have to get a hotel and flight, but that should be no problem. I have a bunch of friends going for other games and whatnot. I do plan on playing in the 2 GG 2017, which are the qualifiers for Masters. I might play in a Hardcore Henchman. I'll be more inclined to if I don't qualify through the other tournaments, though I feel like I should qualify. It's top 2 and top 4. So if I can't do that, maybe I don't deserve to be in the finals. I also plan on playing some Blood Bowl and stuff there. Then in September is Nova, the Nova Open, which is like the quote-unquote championship of Malifaux, which I played in last year and came 3rd. So I'll be playing Malifaux there, at least the big event, and probably playing some other games during the other days, but obviously Malifaux being the biggest. So that's the next 4 months. That's several big tournaments. 2 at least can drive to because they're in Maryland or DC. Fly obviously to Boston, and then Gen Con I'll fly out there because I don't want to make that 10-hour drive. Not sure what's up for October, November, December. I'm getting married 2 weeks after Nova, so in Maryland, so it's not that far. So, and I'm not going on a honeymoon right away, so we'll see what happens. I might, take when I say break, I mean not fly to like a big tournament in those couple months, especially since it's the holidays anyway. But I'm sure we'll have local events. Unfortunately, I've had to miss the last 3 or 4 local tournaments, which get like 20 people, because I've been at either ITC or I'll be at some of these 2-day events. So at least some other people have been winning those, so I'm going to come back and take back my crown at one day. As far as like, so that's like the schedule, right? I got 4 big tournaments over the next 4 months, plus whatever I choose to do in between local wise. I think for me, this is kind of more of a tangent. I expected after ITC to almost like not stop playing Gremlins, but I would have my TT are getting painted. Maybe I'd play Ulix or Zoraida. And you know what? I feel like the competitive side of me, it's too hard for me to do that. One, I don't get a lot of practice games in. That's just the nature of the beast. Playing after work can be a real drain. Sometimes just because you're tired, especially for a game that you play a lot of tournament in Malifaux. So if I was gonna play a new master like Zoraida or something, I'd probably be a little more motivated to go game on a Tuesday. I believe I'm getting a demo of Guild Ball today. Don't worry, I'm not going to abandon Malifaux, but since I'm going to some of these bigger cons, I might want to play some Blood Bowl, Guild Ball, like at them. Sometimes I tried to get into X-Wing once, and I have a bunch of X-Wing stuff, but it was just too much. Like, there's too many models you need to be good. So one draw of like Blood Bowl / Guild Ball is like a secondary game is I only need like 10 models, and it's not like they're always coming out with new models for the different faction, like that faction. Kind of like the one reason I complain about Malifaux Wave 5 is because there's so many models that you have to keep up on, but just like X-Wing is like that to like the extreme. So that was kind of a reason I stopped playing a lot of that. Nonetheless, Malifaux, back to Malifaux. I think so. I pretty much had 2 choices at the moment. It's either work on playing some Blood Bowl and Guild Ball for side project, or work on playing different masters in Gremlins, for fun. So far, I'm choosing the other games and to keep the masters I like playing in Malifaux. Probably because I really just can't not try to win. Like, I'm not trying, like, not in a mean way, but it's like whenever I look at, like, Zoraida, and I don't think she's bad, I just think, like, how good the masters I like playing are, and just how much fun I have with them, and I'm like, why am I forcing myself to play a master I don't want to play at the moment, right? I'm still having fun with Samar, Wong, and Zib. In fact, I really want to play a lot of Wong, because I haven't got to play him a lot recently, because I've been playing so much Samar. And so instead of forcing myself to play like Ulix and stuff, and like I said, they're not bad masters. I just don't feel like playing them right now. I want to play the ones I like. I'd rather devote my attention somewhere else. But it's also a matter of, as much as I love the Malifaux ranking system, and I think it's cool for the game, and people get to see who the other good players are and where they're placing. One thing I don't like about it being not really OCD, but being the competitive way I am. One, I don't like I can't go to a tournament and like throw the event, right? I can't just go. The ranking aside, like despite like it's not going to tank my ranking, but because it shows all my tournaments, I don't want to go and have like a 50th place of 70, or I don't want to come mid pack because I decided to solo Matucket in a tournament. So the only option there is just to go under a different name. And I know that sounds stupid, but like that's the kind of things I would do. I don't like the blemishes on the record. I like it looking pristine. So, and I like how it shows all Gremlins. So if I did play like a Neverborn or 10 Thunderers, I'd almost want that under a different name as far as rankings are concerned. But that's just a product of me being the way I am and the ranking system. At the same time, I've enjoyed. I really do feel like if I compare myself to last year at this time, I do feel like my game has been stepped up like tremendously. Last year, I was playing in the team tournament. I had just come back from about a month break of Malifaux. It's just every year there happens to be like a month where I just play like not that much, and it's good for me because I do play a lot of big tournaments in a row. And I came back and I was rusty. I was playing stupid shit. My lists were bad, and then things just kind of clicked, and I was like, wow, this is good. And then now I'm at a point where I look back to what I used to do compared to what I do now. And I'm like, man, I'm playing a lot better Malifaux now. And if I was still winning back then playing that Malifaux, I want to keep seeing how good I can do playing good Malifaux, playing the masters I like. So that's another reason that I really want to stick to my 3 main going into the stretch of Capital City Meltdown, UTS, Gen Con, and of course Nova being kind of the end-all be-all of that. I don't know if there's any other big tournaments at the end of the year. We'll see what happens. But so as far as, content for me and what I'm going to play, it's going to be the big three for me. I just not in the mood to play the others. Like I said, it's not that they suck. A lot of it is because I just don't have the time to learn them, and I still feel like I'm getting better with the crews that I am good with. All right, so even my Sommer list, which I feel very proficient with, I feel like there's options I don't take. Like look at Fingers. Fingers is a great example. I didn't take Fingers last year. I claimed he was awful all the time, and now he's not a staple on my list. That's not the word, but he's very. I use him in certain scenarios, and he works well. So I feel like I've added to my game that way. And I have long list ideas I haven't run yet that I want to try, and of course I want to revamp my zip play because I haven't once Roosters got nerfed. I used to run like one or two with him, and I feel like the gap hasn't been filled as well as it was with Wong because Swankhurst are so good. So I'm still working out my zip list and getting better with him. I think he has a lot of room for improvement for me. A lot of people do run like the Iron Skeeter type shit, and I'm not a huge fan of that. I think it's very all in, very. The reason I like Sommer over there is I think Sommer's higher skill level doesn't rely as much on the Alpha Strike. It has like the Vix have the same problem. Like I hate playing with against the Vix because I feel like the game ride or dies on like a couple flips in their decision making. And there's only so much you can do like as the Vix player, right? A lot of people like to blame luck when they play the Vix. They're like, oh, it didn't work. Or I'm like, well, if it doesn't work, you just lose. Like the games are not fun versus the Vix. I don't find them fun. Because if you lose, you feel bad because it's just some stupid combo that gets all half your shit killed. And if you win, the combo failed, and then you just beat the shit out of them because they're out of position. That's how I feel it goes, and I'm not a big fan of playing against the Vix. And I don't like that style too much. At least with like the Iron Skier type stuff, though. I might use them a little bit. They're good for some scenarios. So that's my little update now. I just wanted to let you guys know, if you go to those tournaments, if you happen to be there, come find me, come say hi. I enjoyed meeting everybody. Maybe we'll get to play against each other. I highly, highly recommend Ultimate Team Showdown if you can get a team together. It is definitely worth it. If I had to only go to one tournament the rest of the year, that would be the tournament I would pick, hands down, no question. Anyway, this is just a little update. Thanks for listening. Bye.